is my smallest part of my toy collection, most of them in cases like the ones behind me, bigger ones. It's a packet I keep all the time when in my pocket when I'm going out to meet people or go for parties or when I'm going on holiday. It contains tremendous amount of fun in a very small volume, in giggles per cubic inch and oohs and ahs per pint. I always keep a few business cards there as well. In this collection are a number of playing cards, which do very interesting things, but look how flat things are. Well, here they are. There's a collection sitting there waiting to be shown. So the first one is a very well-known one, which is a piece of card which, when it's folded like that and then put on a flat surface, creates what looks like an impossible thing. It's particularly good if you then fix it on, which I will in a minute with another one, onto a flat base. So until you're allowed to pick it up and then twist it, you don't realize how that can be happened. Of course, as soon as you pick it up and twist it, you immediately see what's happening. You've just done that from that to that. It's the one of the first of the hypercards, they call it. So people started looking at this and thinking, what else can we do with this? Well, here's three variations on it. The first one, which I've managed to mount as well, is one with different sort of cuts in it. And this does a very nice thing because you twist it like that and you think it's done, but it's not. You've got to do a second twist, 180 degrees. And now you've got a delightful piece, which I'll show in a mounted form. That's a bit mucky, that, but here's a better form of it. What it's got is a card with two wings, like a gull's wings, like a bird's wings. And I'll put it on a bit of plastic there, and I've put little staples there to hold it together. And the challenge is to people is to work out how it's been done, and they can't twist it back again because it's mounted on a card unless you tell them they can take the staples out. They've got to imagine themselves twisting it and trying to work out in their mind how on earth that could happen. So I think I can get it into focus. And there's the back of the card. Beautiful one. Here's a third of these ones, which is very mysterious, and this one it has to be mounted, otherwise it's a bit of a giveaway. It's a nice chap in California. I'll show. I've mounted this on a card, so, but I will show. I'll give it a thing. What's going on here? How can this happen? It looks like the original version, but there's something strange happening with the back and the front of the card. Let me see if I can get it into focus. There we are. Something very strange going on there. And there's the staples I put in to hold it, so they can't cheat and they've got to just work it out in their brain. How could that be done? I'll have to give the answer for this one because it's what you call a cheat, I suppose. The guy who made it had thousands of these decks of cards made like that, half back and half front like that. And when you do the cuts on it and do it, this is what you can get. He gave me, he sold me a couple of decks. One was all Queens of Hearts, the other one was all Kings of Spades, and I made lots of them into, and also blues and reds, which is rather nice. So it's a lovely little way of having a bit of fun. And here's something, now you're in the mood for it. The last one to show you of this particular genre, which a lovely Italian chap sent me. Now here's the one to focus and see if you can work it out. There we are. How's that been done? How's that been done? Yeah, well, if you've got a good fertile mind, you can imagine it. I couldn't imagine myself, but once you twist it in place, sigh. It's really been, it's a bit of a cheat. It's got a large capital M cut out of it and removed, which you shouldn't really be doing. And then you do that, and it looks like one of those impossible hypercards. And you try to work out what it's done. It's probably best done when you've already showed some of the genuine ones with variations. This is the last one. And of course, it's a Joker, G for Joker, because it's a joke version of it. I like that. Alessandro from Italy, he's got a wonderful sense of humor, but he's a very, very fine dealer and inventor of magic tricks. Then there's a beautiful one here, which I've turned into something, I think, for the Christmas pack, and also certainly for Gavin for Gardener. Pieces of card like this, which you have to fold and squeeze and do various things with it. And when you assemble them, this is the work of Valerie Vann, who's a famous origamist from America who made the Magic Rose Cube, my all-time favorite. The end result, when you have 4 of these put together, is a sunken cube octahedron. This beautiful figure appears when you actually put those pieces together. I'll see if I can get into focus. There we are. And there's the starting position, just a piece of card like that that's been enfolded. Extraordinary, isn't it? Very nicely done. And the last item to show you is something I've still been, well, I've just finally cracked it recently. You get a card like this, you make a slit like that. You don't slit the last little bit there because it gets a lot of wear and tear. I find it's probably best to put a tiny bit of tape on it at the end. You fold one in half, you have one folded the other way, and what you end up with, a pair of them, is something like this, which looks a bit impossible because they've got sort of put together. Let's see if we can get this in focus to show you the effect. I'll disassemble this, not assemble it. And you see, I put little slots, little bits there now to open that's the starting position. When it's like that, you've got a bit that's on the outside and there's a bit on the inside. To disassemble it, you've got to pull those gently apart like that, and then you've got to walk the pieces round. Let's see if I can do it. That's right. And then you pull it gently backwards this way. Oops, daisy. That to there. Put it over there. Pull it down like that, and we're separated now. And you see how it's been made. One card has been folded inwards and one card has been folded outwards, each with a slit in it. And then the difficulty actually is assembling it. And I spent many happy hours trying to work it out because my three-dimensional mind had never been switched on in my life. But with a bit of effort, finally, I've learned how to do it. It's got to go this way, upwards, across, and turn, and then it works. And I've got to visualize that in my mind. So all these come in a pack like this with about 50 items altogether. And I think it's a wonderful way of being able to entertain people when you can take that round so easily with you, just out to the out for a party, out for a meal, or for a holiday. It's such a compaction of ideas over 50 years, and the playing card ones which I've shown are as good as any. Really, there's a lot of fun there in, when you start showing it to people. So something for you to start collecting, perhaps playing cards you can make into a bit of fun.